Okay, y'all, let's talk about remote work. I've been part of organizations where managers have told me, I need you to be in the office to know that you're getting work done. This to me screams a culture of micromanaging managers. Because let's face it, I could be sitting at my desk in your building at a computer and still not be doing my work. Sure, there's things that you can check up on me in regards to, like, have I completed this project or task? And maybe I did, but maybe I took 10 hours to do it. And it really only should have taken me 2 if I was being extra productive. In most of the cases where this has happened to me, my manager doesn't sit next to me or sometimes not even on the same floor as me. So how do they really know I'm being productive just because I'm in the building? It's an assumption, right? And so one of the things I find interesting about that is, sure, you can check up on me in formats like Skype for Business or Teams or other platforms where you can see that I'm available or unavailable. But that doesn't mean that I'm working. So this notion of I'm working because I'm at work, or I'm effectively completing tasks because I'm sitting in your building working, is not accurate. It's a way of thinking that needs to be changed. It's built on micromanaging managers, right? And so we need to open our minds to a little bit of change. Sure, the area of remote work isn't for everybody. It may not be conducive in manufacturing environments for those people that are manufacturing product. It may not be available for doctors or lawyers or some other types of avenues where you have to be on site for a specific situation. But if an employee is not required to be on site, then don't assume that they can't get their work done just because they're not at work. There are better ways of checking effectiveness and productivity, and that's through weekly communications with your employees, right? Doing those one-on-one meetings, doing those team meetings, understanding what everybody's priorities are and where our goals are and how we're driving those. That is how you measure effective productivity, whether you're in the office or out of the office. But just because I work remotely doesn't mean that I'm not productive or effective. I probably get more done in a day not in the building than I do when I'm at home. And the reason for that is I actually take breaks, right? I actually take breaks, everybody. When I am at home, granted, I have a lot of dogs in my house, but I take breaks. Every couple of hours, I get up, I walk around, I go outside, I take a break, I have a snack, whatever the case is, and then I come back to work, feeling more rejuvenated, more refreshed than I did before. Those consistent times where I take breaks are really healthy for me, both mentally and physically. So ultimately, my remote work has increased my productivity. It's increased my mood and my enthusiasm. And so don't discourage that. Lean into it. If your employees are happier and more productive than they were when they were in the office, don't beg them to come back. Don't force them to come back. Because people like me are going to want to reach out to your talent and say, hey, if you don't like what you're doing, if you don't like working in a building and you want to go back to remote work, I'll find you something. Because they deserve that.